and welcome back to a random Python tutorial. Today, we will learn about if statements. Let's get started. First, you need to understand if statements. If statements execute a piece of code if a certain statement is true. To make an if statement, first, type it with a lowercase I. Next, type your statement. What is my statement? My statement will be 1 is equal to 1. To write is equal to, use two equal signs beside each other. If I had used 1, I would be setting 1 to 1. This is no longer a statement. Next, put a colon to end the line of code off. This line of code tells a computer to execute the next line if, and only if, the statement is true. In the next line, I will print something into the console. I think I will print 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now, if I run the script, it should print 1 plus 1 equals 2. As you can see, it did exactly that. Because the condition was met, this equation was printed in the output as an output. Next, let's add a variable called statement. I will make it so that the code will be executed if, and only if, the variable is true. After some time, I have successfully done it. If you have followed these instructions, you have now learned how to use if statements, and you are now ready to move on to else, and else if statements. Congratulations! To create an else statement, type else with a colon. The next line of code will only be executed if none of the conditions before the else were met. I will print something into the output. If the statement wasn't true, what will I print? I will print the statement is false. That was pretty cool. Time to move on to else if statements. In this code, I will introduce else if statements. Now, we should take a look at the code. First, I am setting a variable to 1. Then, I am decreasing it by 1. Next, if the variable equals 1, the code will print the variable is equal to 1 in the output. Now we can get started. To make an else if statement, type ELIF. Next, you can execute a line of code if the last condition wasn't met, and this condition was met. I will demonstrate. Now I will make an else statement. To summarize, the code tells the computer the following. The variable is set to 1. The variable was decreased by 1. The variable is equal to 1. If the variable is equal to 1, else the variable is higher than 1. If the variable is greater than 1, else the variable is lower than 1. Now I can demonstrate what the code does. All right, that was your second lesson in this Python tutorial. Live a good rest of your life.